Alright, hi everyone, it's Ben here from Sydney Fruit Gardening. So I thought it's probably time I did another update. I'm just doing a quick update for you today of the back garden and some of the subtropical and tropical plants. With the warmer weather and the humidity, a lot of things are taking off, so I thought it was about time I give you a little bit of an update. So I'll turn the camera around. We're going to start with some of the potted plants, and then I'll take you back to the shed area and show you how some of those ones are doing. All right, let's go. All right, guys, so let's have a look. There's a few things here I want to show you. The finger lime is really going nuts, and a few finger limes getting ready now, just to see how big they are. They're getting to a decent size. This is the Rick's red variety. I've had a couple of these so far, super sour, so I think I might have had them a little bit too early, so I'm going to let them really colour up to get to that kind of brown. This one's starting to show some nice colour now, but to get to that sort of colour where it's looking ready to go. So we'll go over here. So in other news, my Luke's Garcinia, this is the seedling, has put out another 2 leaves. It's like a bonus. I only get 2 leaves per year. So I've had these 2 leaves and now these 2. So 4 leaves this season. So fantastic. Really happy about that. And hopefully this guy keeps on shooting out new growth, and we can get into a decent size quickly. The Garcinias are notoriously slow growing and slow to fruit, so anything we can do to speed that up would be great. This is my best Jaboticaba. This is a seedling I've grown, so I imagine it's just one of the standard varieties, a Sabara, or I think it's a Sabara variety. Keeps on chucking out new growth, which is fantastic. Yeah, I'll just see how this guy goes in the pot for a while. I've no idea where I'm going to put him when he gets bigger. I kind of like the idea of getting cuttings from people and perhaps doing a multi-graft Jaboticaba when it gets a bit bigger. So that might be something I'll investigate then. Okay, the Abiu. All the Abius are doing all right. They're putting out new growth, but it's not, the growth doesn't seem to get as big as some of the original leaves from when they were back in the tropics. Listen, they're not bad. This is the Z4. This is my original one that went through winter, so it's got this other little branch coming out there. I've got this Z4 here, and then the E4 at the back. The E4, I think, so far is growing better than the others, but we'll see how they go over time. All right. The Surinam Cherry is doing okay. I was kind of hoping maybe I could coax out a few more flower buds, but I think it's, I don't know. Let's just try and put out a little bit of new growth over here, maybe. It seems to do all right, but I reckon it's got myrtle rust. You can see these sort of leaves down here, kind of a bit not great. Here as well. The plant still grows all right, but it just has these older leaves which kind of get a funny colour. All right, let's go down here. Nice hot day today, humid as. Sydney weather during La Nina, what can I say? This is the tropical peach. It's doing all right. It's pushing out a little bit of new growth here, down the bottom as well, just above the graft. So it's doing all right. Really happy with this Rollinia. The Rollinia I'm trying to espalier. It's putting out these nice big leaves now. So I'm kind of hopeful. I reckon it's going to do a lot better in this position than the other one, which is a bit more exposed. So it's going to be really interesting when winter comes and just seeing how it bounces back from next winter. Keep in mind, I did keep this guy outside last winter, but it was in a pot. It was in a pot and it was up against the shed there. So I reckon here it's going to be a bit more protected, and we're going to be able to bounce back from that winter setback, hopefully a lot easier. So Patenga tuber's going all right. I see some people are getting flowers at the moment. None on mine just yet, but it's put on a heap of growth this year, which is great. Dwarf Grumichama, look, it's putting out a bit of new growth down the bottom there. Everything's shooting new growth at the moment. It's a great time of year. I'm loving it. So, yeah, this seedling jackfruit, again, pushing out new growth there. I thought I might have to cut it to force it to shoot out new growth so I can do the espalier, but it's actually putting out its own new growth there. So I'm just going to see if that grows out to be a branch and then tie it down to one of these wires. Cedar Bay Cherry here. Again, lots of new growth coming up here. Really happy about that. It's doing good. Kampong White Sapote hasn't done a lot since I planted it, so I've just been topping up this sea sole. I can see there is some growth trying to start there. There you go. You can see some of that. Elsewhere here as well. So hopefully that new growth picks up soon. We get this tree a bit bigger. The graft itself kind of, on one side it seems a bit loose, but it's definitely fixed on the other side, so should be fine. All right, happy about this. The Kwai Mook is shooting out some new leaves, so repeated applications of sea salt have kind of paid off with this guy. He's getting a bit overtaken by the raspberries, so I have to keep pulling those back. But overall, yeah, lots of nice new growth coming, which is fantastic. So, all right. Over here, the Yukon. That's the one I'm looking for, the Yukon. Yukon's doing really well. Heaps of growth there. The red Dakar pup, spitting out lots of new leaves. I put down some cow manure there, which is helping. The curry tree spitting out new leaves. Really happy with this guy. Do you remember from some of my prior videos, I thought I'm going to have to rip this out? Well, have a look at that. How big are those? Those leaves are awesome. That red stripe down the middle, that dark green leaves. New growth coming out from the top there. Look at this leaf. How good's that? So, bonus as well, down the bottom here, there's pups coming. One pup there, and over the other side, another pup here. So I'm just going to wait till they get a bit bigger and I'll pull those out and replant them somewhere else. So that's great. All right, the wax jambu. Again, lots of new growth. Really happy. This is hot. This is a hot location, guys. So this is a, this is a colorbond wall. You got the sun coming down at us over there, coming from the west in the afternoon, and just pouring down heat and sunlight over these plants. But they're loving it. They're loving this hot location. Heaps of growth on that. Even the soursop here. The soursop might actually put on. It has been putting on a bit of growth, but it really needs to get going and turn into more of a tree than a little seedling. So hopefully this is the year when it takes off. Lots of new growth on top there, which is fantastic. This is a seed grown one as well, which I just grew from seed myself. Longan's actually not, it is copping a bit of heat burn there. It has been putting out a lot of new growth. Longan, there's a few plants, and this is one of them where I have no idea where I'm going to plant it. But anyway, I'm going to let some of these other trees that I have planted get to size. They'll fill out a bit, and then I'll be able to see sort of where the gaps are. And it's going to be okay in a pot for a while longer. I'll probably just need to up pot it soon. Peanut butter tree, peanut butter fruit, doing really well, loving the heat. Nut-old plum. The nut-old plum is doing really good too. Lots of new growth there. A bit hard with the sunlight, but you get the idea. All right, this was the Rollinia that suffered last winter. It seems to be making a comeback now. Lots of leaves on it. I think this winter I'm going to put some posts up and some plastic around it, and really just try and do a bit more for it. I think once it can sort of, build up a thicker trunk, get some thicker branches going, it's going to be okay. But for now, it's just trying to come back after winter, to be honest. So yeah, there's some nice growth there, right? But yeah, just on these small kind of spindly branches. Miracleberry, listen, it's actually doing okay. There's some plants which are just super finicky, right? And you do anything to them and they kind of throw it back in your face. And the Miracleberry is one of these. I did a potassium spray over it, potash. It's got flower buds on it, and I thought with a bit of potash, I might encourage more flowering. I might encourage it to actually set fruit. The leaves hated me for that, as you can see. Some of them are really, not great. But it actually is spewing out a lot of new growth. You can see down here. A lot of growth there, and it has, it's still got some flower buds on there. Got quite a lot of flower buds. Just these tiny little ones. I don't know if you can see. They take forever to actually turn from flower bud to flower. I've only had one, and that was a couple of days ago, opened. It hasn't yet set. It was actually yesterday, to be honest, so I'm just going to see if it's going to set or not, but there's more on there, so we'll see how it goes. This is one that I wouldn't mind your views on. So this is the Panama Berry. If you look back at the winter videos, you'll see such a huge difference from, this tree back in winter to what it is now. It is spewing out growth. It's just putting out heaps and heaps of new growth, and I can see it's going to be it's just such a nice tree. So the only issue I've got right is it drops most of the berries. So even though it does flower, there's a berry there. You can sort of see that. There you go. Yeah. So it gets to about that size, maybe a little bit bigger, and then they fall off. Here's another one down here. So I'm just hoping that I'll get a few to set. Some people are telling me in sort of the Sydney region or the New South Wales East Coast, it actually just takes, they sort of start setting from late January. It takes that long for the tree to recover from the winter setback. So I'm just going to see what happens. I mean, it looks super healthy, lots of new growth coming up. You can see some of that there. Oh, where can I show you that's not out of the sun a bit? Yeah, lots of new growth, and every time there's a bit of new growth, generally you can start to see little flower buds forming. There's flower buds all over this thing. So hopefully I'm going to get some actual Panama berries. This tree has a huge reputation to live up to, being the cotton candy fruit. So let's see if it can actually meet up to that reputation when I have a taste test. All right, the other in-ground jackfruit. It's doing all right. The issue I've had, and I've had somebody identify it for me on one of the Facebook groups, is that it's actually been getting some mites living underneath the leaves and sucking the sap, which is causing these deformed leaves. So I've given that a spray with something yesterday. Hopefully the mites are gone and we don't get any more of those issues, and it just keeps on going onwards and upwards. But yeah, it seems to be doing all right. It doesn't mind this location, quite a bit of sun, but it seems to be okay aside from the mites. Don't know why we're losing focus all the time here, but okay. All right. Black Sapote. Black Sapote's doing really well. This is the Bernica. I've got some little fruitlets developing down here. Let's see, there's definitely one there. I think there's another one here. I think there's more sort of over here. Yeah, more over here. They're very small at this stage. Very small, but and some of these will drop, but hopefully we'll get a few hanging on, and then yeah, around August, September, we'll be harvesting black Sapotes again. All right, I'll show you the. No video is complete without another shot of the Achacha. It's still putting out some new growth, which is just great. See there, up here as well. So yeah, it's doing quite well. Fingers crossed for some fruit next year. Lemon myrtle's doing okay in the pot there. We got the two coffee varieties here. This one is a Daly's one, the Blue Mountain Kenya. This one's a seedling I got from a swap, so they're doing fine. This is a Bishop's Crown chili, guys. I don't know if you're in the Sydney region, this one easily overwinters, and you get heaps of these reasonably mild chilies. They get a bit hotter when they're red, but you just get a fair few of them, and the tree just seems to live on and get, you know, bigger and better. You can see most of this growth here is the chili, the Bishop's Crown chili, not the Achacha. All right, let's see how the avocado is doing. Yeah, there we go. I'm really happy with this. No signs of transplant shock at all, guys. I still need to mulch around the base. Haven't done that yet, but you know, you can even see here some beautiful new growth happening just there. And up here as well. So really happy that this tree's doing good. Seems to like its new location so far. So yeah, really happy so far with that transplant, but you know, time will tell. Okay, one other tree, or two others I'll show you. We've got the Miracleberry here. I think someone recommended to pull this guy out of the ground and put him in a pot. Well, thank you, whoever that was. I can't remember. Heaps of little flower buds on it now. Loving it. It's loving living in a pot here in a more shady location. The other one that's doing really good, I up-potted this one. This is a seedling grown canistel from the same family, Puteria, as the abu. And yeah, it is really loving this location, putting out heaps of new growth. So I might even see how this guy does outside the greenhouse this winter. You know, they do have one growing outside in the Botanic Gardens in Sydney, apparently. So I want to give it a go and just see, you know, what the cold tolerance is. I've got this guy as well. I up-potted him, and he's already starting to spew out some new growth. So hopefully he catches up to his big brother over here. All right. Well, that's probably it, guys. I will do another video of the front yard soon, and you'll be able to see some progress there with the Irwin mango, the Fuyu, persimmon, the pomegranate, etc. But for now, I'll leave you. I hope you enjoyed the video, and catch you next time. Bye.